Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dave and today I'm down at the new Sydney headquarters of UHI Machinery in Sydney, and we're going to try and catch up with Alex and have a talk about what's in the stock. There he is there, the man himself. Alex,
Hey.
good to see you.
Good to see you. How are you, mate?
Yeah, very well.
That's
Gee,
good, mate. Good to see you.
This is a lot of stock in
This is our new premises, which is we're here to show the major product that we do have, all the new models. We do have the UME80, that's the 7.2 ton. The 7.2 ton with the Yanmar engine. It's a great farming machine. We do have the UME90, which is about 8 tons. It has got the dual tracks, which has got the tracks and it's got the wheels.
So we'll explain why would you need tracks and wheels in something like this?
If you're on a 50 acres or 100 acres property and you need to move from one place to another, to use it on the wheels, it gives you a much quicker, faster pace, which is better than going on the tracks. It gives you a bit more crawling, so a little bit slower with the tracks. On the wheels, it's a bit more bigger. With the wheels, you use it with the steering wheel, and you still have the actual the hydraulics for the tracks.
Oh, so the steering wheels for the road wheels?
The steering wheels for the road wheels, and then we got the actual handles for the tracks. And then it gives you the gear knob in there, which is that you could change gears as you're driving them on the truck. So that gives you a faster movement between one property to another if you're in the rural areas.
Yeah, I've never seen that. Is this popular?
This is just started to come in. This is the very first machine that I've received of them. And that's been here for about 2 weeks. I was just getting it prepared and ready.
Yeah, I guess for the right use, it's perfect, really, isn't it?
It's perfect for someone like, especially when you got couple 100 acres. And you want to move from one place to another to do a dam or something like that. Instead taking you about an hour per kilometre, which is this one that gives you a much more faster, just like a driving a tractor.
So how fast can it go when it's on the wheels?
It goes up to about 40 kilometres an hour.
Wow. Gee.
Yeah, on the straight road, and you're going to be pushing it for a little bit longer. And then we've got the UME80, which is these ones. They come with the Yanmar motor, 7.2 ton, with the Roxworth pump and the valve. It gives you the Lonking pump with swing motor with the Lonking drive motor. These ones we got them on the special offer at the moment at $69,990, which is they've been a great machines. We just start to have them in stock, because in the last 6 months they've all been pre-sold.
Okay, so these prices are November,
December prices.
November, December in 2022.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And the good thing, actually, a lot of response I get, Alex, is that they give UHI the big tick for actually putting prices on the website and prices on their socials when they run ads and stuff. A lot of places they won't give you the prices. You've got to send in a form and then wait. And
well, this is people with no confidence with their prices. If you got the best price in town, you're not scared of advertising it.
Yeah, that's it. And
then we got the drillers, which is these ones. They just arrived. They're about 30 tons. They actually made by XCMG, and we do have them, which is in the 2 different configuration, and they just been ready, and they will start to be actually using them for rental for people that doing big building sites and stuff like that. We could use it for rental, and they could actually buy it as well. The price on something like that, you'd be talking about $550,000, including GST.
Right, that'll be next week's shopping list, I think.
That's it, mate. Keep it on the shopping list for Christmas. Keep it on the
shopping list, yeah.
And this is the rest of the actual other wheel loaders. And then we started with the actual tractors, the 65, the 45, the 75, and the 100 horsepower. This tractor is ready to be leaving today for delivery. The customer's already paid for it, and we got them all at the moment. There's a little bit of a waiting list on them, especially with our prices and the implement you get on them. You get on all the tractors about 7 implements, and you start from the 25 horsepower tractor all the way to 100 horsepower. The starting price starts at $22,990, all the way up to $53,990. If you give me a call, I could go through the whole thing with you, and I'll make sure that you get the suitable tractor for your property.
And what's the warranty on the tractors?
The tractor tractors, which is they do have the 3 years warranty. The first 12 months you get parts and labor.
Yeah.
The second 12 months you get labor on the engine, parts on the actual tractor.
Yeah.
And on the third year you get parts only. Majority of the parts available in stock, and if it's something that we don't have in stock, 15 days we'll have it arrived because it'll get sent from the factory directly to you. This is where we actually empty the containers. This is where the stock goes, and majority of the sold machines, which is they actually on that section in here. We do have the new model, which is we haven't showed it to our lovely customers, the 2.8 with the open cabin. The 2.8 with the open cabin, that gives you all these attachments as standard, and that gives you the open cabin with a lot more easier access for your services, a lot more easier access to the engine and to the pump. This is the new model. It just arrived with all the 7 different attachments, and that actually based at $37,990 included in GST. I've got a shipment arriving, and this one is going back, but the new shipment it should be arriving in the next couple of weeks.
Why, when we looked at this one that had the cap on it in the last tour, it was orange or red? Why some yellow, some red? Is it just what comes out?
Our actual colours that are red.
Yeah.
But sometimes we selling so many of them, the factory can't keep up with our paint. Sometimes they have to send us the yellow ones.
Okay.
But they actually been built to our specification. It's not like stock floor.
Yep.
It's just built to our specification. But all the panels they have been pre-painted.
Yep.
And when things are being pre-painted, we don't paint them again.
Yep.
So that's the only reason you get the different color in yellow. And we do have, which is the 1.2 and the 1 tonner, the new model, which is, I'll take you through them shortly. We do have the US50K, the Bobcats, which is, that gives you a 4-cylinder Yanmar engine with the Prepcon pump, and it gives you the 68 horsepower Yanmar, 900 kg lifting, 3,200 kg the operating weight, and these ones they priced at the very good prices at the moment. We got them at 54,000 including GST, and that also gives you the 4-in-1 bucket with the service kit as well to come with it for the first service when you're actually ready to service it. So we don't leave you without them. I'll take you
Lots
through.
of orders coming in on your phone there, Alex. Hey?
Yes, the orders are coming.
Yeah.
We got the new model of the T45 Skids T. That gives you the actual tracks, 500 kg lifting capacity with 1,300 kg operating weight, a 36 horsepower Kubota engine with a triple pump in them that you could drive anything with it. It has got the actual hydraulic tanks and the fuel tanks on the side, with the joystick controls, and also the actual step in here, it just bounces, so you don't have to have that sore knees when you're actually driving it for a couple of hours. This is the new model. We got them on the special offer at the moment for November, December 22 at $29,990. They've been reduced from $32,000 including GST.
Very handy machines, aren't they?
They're very handy. They go into tight areas, and they landscapers' best mates.
Yeah.
Most of the staff on this end, that's all pre-sold, waiting for the trucks to come in and pick them up. We do have all the accessories for the tractors in there, which is, that shows you the slashers, the backhoe, the graders, the augers, the slashers. We got all the stuff in there, which is all inside there, away from the weather. We do have all the different augers for all the different machines that we do have in stock, and we've got them all available. If you're interested, if you're after any accessory, take an opportunity, pick up the phone, ring me up. We can get it organized for you pretty much straight away. And this is our Ume12, that's the Ume12P. The Ume12P, it's just been released. We have not had them advertised just yet because everything is being pre-sold to our previous customers. We send an email to our customers, we advise them of the new model, and majority of them, they went on these ones, so they haven't been advertised.
I didn't get that email, Alex.
You didn't get it, which is, mate, check your spam. And
there.
these ones, they give you the actual site controls, which is for people that using these machines for 12 hours a day and 10 hours a day, where they don't have to lean forward to use the controls in here. They could sit their back up and they could work on the side, which is that gives you the same configuration of the 1.8 and the 2-tonner. These ones that gives you the 16 horsepower D902 Kubota engine, which is with the D902 Kubota engine, that's the 5-star ammunition control, which is that gives you a bit more power. The only thing you get on the drive on the front of in here, you get your actual drive, you get the blade, you get the swing boom, and you get the actual auger. You get the auger move. This is what you get in there. You get the oscillator switch in here with the cigarette lighter, or you could call it an auxiliary to recharge your phone. Let's keep the cigarette lighter away.
So this isn't, when I had a look at the photographs of this online, I thought this might just be duplicating these, but they're actually
separate. Drive.
Yeah.
That's how you drive it with these.
Yeah.
And this is your blade, this is your auger, and this is your quickie.
Okay.
Okay, that's basically in there. But the good thing about this new model, which is we made it much more easier and friendly to use, in the way of, which is when you're doing maintenance and services, it just only opening the back door. That gives you an access to the engine, and if you need a bit more access, you just lift the actual seat up and that drops in there. That shows you the whole engine, which is that makes it much more easier and a lot cheaper. If you call in a mechanic to come and service it, he doesn't need to dismantle a lot of parts and charging you the rates. So this is much more easier, and you can do it yourself. With only a phone call to us, we'll take you through it and you can service it. You don't need to be a professional mechanic as long as you know what you're doing. These ones, which is you could undo the screws in here, and then you could flip this one to the back if you go into a narrow or into a tight access place where that doesn't touch the actual roof. So you could go from garage to go to the back garden. You can do it with this model. It has got the expandable tracks, and it has got the knuckle boom, which is the swing boom. Yeah. This is what you call landscapers and professional people friendly. This is the machine to go for, and they priced at $19,990. There's only $2,000 more than the previous model price, but that gives you the 16 horsepower engine, and it gives you the side controls. There's no extra money in there. It's just the extra money is being allocated for the bigger engine and for the side controls. Now we've got to show you our U50, the brand new model, which is that's electric loaders with the 2 motors, one in the back, one on the front. It gives you a 8 hours running time with the 3 hours to recharge. It gives you a 600 kg lifting capacity on the 500 kg lifting capacity on the front, with about a ton operating weight. That gives you the actual pallet forks with the 4-in-1, and it's all joystick control. So when you actually wanted to start the machine, all what you need to do, you just turn your ignition on and pull the trigger up. That's basically, it's all there, and this is your handle to lift up the arm.
And how long does it run on the battery?
It runs about 8 hours running time, 3 hours recharge with the 60 volts, and it's got the Anderson switch with the charger. Once you put it over, you put it for 3 hours, it gives you a full charge. It has got the actual meter in here, which shows you how much life you still got in the battery. So it's not going to come to sudden death and say the battery is run out. Yep. No, it's got all the warning. Yep. And then you got in here this button in here, which is where you can actually increase your pressure and increase your power. And then if you're just a beginner, you just slow it down, so that way it doesn't vibrate as you're driving it. And that's why basically once you want to turn it off, you turn the key back, push the button. That's basically what you got. It's got acid batteries, which is that gives you a better weight on the back of it, which is for lifting, and it gives you a better, more environmental friendly. So that's the acid batteries on these.
So it's a lead acid, it's not lithium.
Yes, lead acid battery, it's not lithium.
Yeah.
These machines in here, we got them on the special offer at the moment at $15,990. The new model, which is we did change the actual wheels on them to actually all-terrain wheels for you when you're actually pushing dirt, so it doesn't actually slip. And if you looked at other videos, you'll see them with the old wheels, which is the soft wheels. Okay, all the new models now with the all-terrain wheels, so that way when you're in the mud, it doesn't keep slipping.
Sure. Yeah, I think I've seen a video where it had the had the those tyres on it, and they were they weren't that good.
They weren't that good. They're good to run them on the grass, but for something like that with the articulator on it, and you sit inside it, the articulator is not going to rip your grass. It's not like when you're driving a U30 or a skid steer. These ones with the articulator, you drive them like a car, and as you actually moving and turning the steering, you won't rip the grass. But if you're standing still with a bit of weight in there and you're trying to turn, that's how you got to rip the grass. There's a way where you could use it without ripping the grass and keep the lawn nice and fresh. We got the U30, that's the 21 horsepower with the Honda engine, but we found more people asking for the U50. The reason being, especially blokes in my age and older, they don't have the best knees, and when you're standing on the back of it and driving it for a couple of hours, if your knees are not very strong, because that's a very fast machine, so you got to put pressure on your knees. If you don't want that pressure, this is your actual this is your best friend. These ones, we got them with a 4-in-1 for $18,990, including GST, with the 2 years warranty on these ones, and it's got the Honda engine with the triple pump. That's that model in here. This is the available stock, which is, I've got the shipment just arrived. As you can see in the video, the containers outside. I've got at the moment about 5 of the 1.2 ton P, that's with the side control. I've only got 1 of the old model, and I've got few of the new model, that's the actual new model Ume10T. The Ume10T, we gave it the same configuration as the 1.2P, which is easier access to the motor, and we actually turn the exhaust to the back, where it's not from the side anymore, to reduce the actual noise of the single cylinder engine. Let me show you that.
So what was the older model? Was it the S or something?
The S. The S, they only had the back door in there. And then once you want to access the actual engine from the front, you have to dismantle the whole area. With this model now, they're very easy to use. All what you have to do, move the seat forward and then open that flip. That flips up. That gives you the fuel tank in here, the one-way filter, there's another filter in there with the hydraulic in here, and very easy access to the engine. And with doing the filters in there with the pump, it doesn't work on a gravity like the previous model. These ones, they got their own pump, you're not going to, you're going to get much better. The old model, which is the 10S, it had the exhaust on the side. When you're sitting in here and the exhaust going on the side, it's going straight into your ear, where you find it's very loud. With the new model in here we got now, the whole thing is just at the back. So your actual noise behind you is just like riding a motorbike, you don't hear too much on the front. And then to open the back, this is opening the back, and you get the full access to the back.
Good.
Okay, and then once you actually get them started, up halfway, this is the actual noise, where the other ones, they were a lot more noisier.
They were.
Okay, so this one, it gives you a lot more less noise. It gives you the swing boom, fixed tracks, front controls, but the good thing about them, where you don't need to go through too much wear and tear. So the piping in the back of them in here, it's all metal.
Yeah, I
you
saw
only got that much with the rubber. So when you actually bust the hose, you don't need to go all the way back from there to change the hose like the previous model. You only change a small piece, which is where it gives you a lot less time and expense to change the smaller hose than changing the big hose. That's basically what you get with them. And the roof will drop back as well, like the 1.2P, that gives you much easier access to a small place in the narrow and short places. That's what you get on these ones. We do have the range of the XU20, the 2-tonners. The 2-tonners, they're built by international brand, the same manufacturers for the internationals, We do have them with the Kubota engine, the D902, with the Roxroth pump and the Roxroth valve. It's got the expandable tracks with the swing boom. It has got the side controls. It's got the FOBS ropes safety with the beacon light, e-stop sign. It's got all the actual safety standard that required for any tradesman to use them. If you decided to use this machine into Rio Tinto site, this machine will pass the Planet assessment. This is a lot of people where they make mistakes between models. There's some models that do pass the assessments and some models that don't pass the assessments. If you're a professional tradie, you need something to pass the assessments if you need to go into any of these OHS sites. These models, that's for that sort of purposes. You can use them and you could take them onto any site. We got the new model of the 807. The 807 that gives you the 3-cylinder Perkins engine with the 600 kg lifting, articulated turning, and it gives you the same as the Bobcat, the configuration for the actual bucket, for the quick hitch, and that gives you
skid steer or something. No?
Yeah, the same as the skid steer, the plate, and that's a generic plate. Most of the stuff in the country you could fit it on it. It comes with the pallet forks and the actual 4-in-1 with the GP bucket, and on the pallet forks you could pick up 600 kg. It's got the actual all controls by hand, by the joystick, and you also got the forward control, and you got the buttons in here to open and close your actual quick hitch. And these ones, they're very, very simple to operate. Just lifting up the floor, and that takes you to your Perkins engine to show you all the Perkins engine and very easy access. And we do have a lot of different attachments that can go on these ones. All what you need to do is just gotta ask us the question, what attachments you need. We can tailor all the attachments to your need.
Yeah, I saw there's you still have a 1.5 here. Is that
yes, this is the 1.5.
So this doesn't have the swing boom on this one.
No, this is the older model. This is still the 16 horsepower. And this is still the older version, which is still have the straight boom and the fixed tracks. We do have the new model. It's coming in. It should be here in about 4 weeks, which is it's got the controls on the side. It will have the swing boom and the adjustable tracks. And that model is coming into the country at $22,990, including GST, with the 8 attachments. And there's not many of them in stock available. So if you're looking for one, make the call, book your one on the side, because as soon as they arrive, make that one last. Okay, and these ones, all the 1.5 in here, they've been pre-sold. So, I'm just waiting for the new stock to arrive.
This is the 45 horsepower tractor. We just did a separate video on this particular tractor with James out at a farm near Penrith. So I'll put the link in the description for that one. Have a look at that. I spent a morning playing around on this one and getting used to it. It's not a hydrostat transmission. It's a manual with an 8-inch clutch and selector shift. So nice bit of equipment actually. It's got a lot of good features on it which I really like. And check out that video on when we had a look at the UHI 454. This is the bigger brother, the 55 horsepower UHI tractor. I can't see the really big ones. James was telling me earlier that they go up to 100 horsepower, I think, in the tractors that they bring in. Interesting way of doing hydraulic tank, isn't it, on the back like that? And even more interesting is this is the plastic diesel tank at the front in that position there. 200mm auger drives, single tine rippers, 200mm buckets in the plastic, mud buckets, tilting mud buckets with a hydraulic ram on there. I actually do have one of these. I haven't put it on yet, haven't used it, but there will be a video coming soon on using the tilting mud bucket. It's a 100 horsepower UHI tractor. It's a big piece of kit, isn't it? Enclosed cab. Might be a bit too big for my little farm, I think. Well, it's been a great afternoon looking around the new UHI headquarters here at Warwick Farm in Sydney. And I'm thinking it was probably about 8 or 9 months ago that we did the first showroom tour in their old address, and certainly I can see the massive growth that they've had in the 8 or 9 months since then. If you're interested in a excavator or a loader, or even one of the newer tractors in the range that UHI have, then give the guys a call, and I'll put Alex's details on there as well, so you can give him a ring direct, and I'm sure he'll do you a good deal. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoy the program, then give us a like, share the video with your friends, and we'll see you next time.